Hi, today we are interviewing Evie Bear. She's the director of creative content for MovieGuide. I'm Sam Black. I'm with Covenant Eyes, and so grateful that you could join us here today. Today we're going to be announcing and talking a little bit about MovieGuide's special award ceremony coming up this Friday. And Evie, would you just kind of give us an overview, because many of our listeners may not know what MovieGuide is all about.
Yeah, actually, we share a lot of values with you guys and what you guys are doing, and we're so happy that you guys are fighting the good fight. MovieGuide is all about promoting movies with faith content and Christian content and safe for the family. So we've been doing these awards for 26 years now. So it's been quite successful in the fact that when we started doing that, most of the movies were R-rated movies, and now it's less than one movie in the top 10. Usually, it's not. There's no R-rated movie in the top 10, but so it's decreased to 20%. 80% of the movies have faith and values in them. We try to encourage Hollywood to make these movies by giving them an award. Everybody wants an award, so they come and they hear the message that movies with more faith content do better at the box office and more family content do better. Because it's just logical, you know, if you sell a ticket to 4 for a family, you're going to make more money than selling a ticket to 1, to an R-rated movie. And on the other end of it, we do movie reviews for the faith and family audience, and you can go check us out. And any movie that comes out in theaters, we review, and you can see before you go, and it kind of gives you the details of every single movie, what's in it, and, curse words, nudity, worldview. And so that's a great thing if, a lot of probably the Covenant Eyes people would want to use that too, because it kind of shows you don't have to go to a movie and then you're like, wait, why did I spend the money on this? This is kind of offensive to my values, and so we try to aware people of what's in it so they know before they go.
Now, I'd like you to touch just a little bit more on that, because you pointed out something very important at the beginning, that you're actually helping change culture in Hollywood, where movies, would you say it was about a decade ago or a little bit longer than that, that there was not a lot of spiritual discussions and happening in the movies? Yeah. It was pretty devoid, especially in the 80s. And then along comes MovieGuide, and this will be your 26th annual award. So you guys have been at this for a little while, but would you touch base just a little bit on how you've gone about encouraging change in Hollywood?
Yeah, so if I give you the long-winded story, there was a golden age in Hollywood where it was The Sound of Music and Mr. Smith Went to Washington, and those movies were all PG for the family to go see, or G for the family to see. And then, so that was done by the Protestant Film Office. Those people were encouraging Hollywood to do the same thing and create these standards. And so we, after the fact, the church pulled out, actually. They lost all their funding. And that's why in the 70s and in the 80s, it started being like all this really intense, bad content, which we probably can't even talk about on here. But so then we took over what the Protestant Film Office was doing, and we're trying to encourage Hollywood to make the more faith-filled movies. And we've really seen a drastic change, like I was saying, and it's incredible because it's only 20% of the movies are R-rated in an entire year. So we're really encouraging them. They want to come because of the award, and we give them all these stats. Every single year we do a whole huge booklet that says that movies with less cursing do better at the box office. We actually count all the cursing in every single movie, and we add it up, and we find out that that's the case. And obviously Hollywood is very interested in the money, and so they think, oh, that's great, I want to make more money, so I'll make more family films and more faith-filled content. And this year, it's just incredible the amount of films that we had to nominate. We wish we could nominate any more, but we could only narrow it down to 10 movies in each category. So it's just awesome to see that we have something that we can go see in the theaters and enjoy.
Excellent. Yes. Well, thank you for your work. Hey, this Friday is the 26th Annual Gala Awards for Movie Guide, and Terry Crews will be your host. Now, that's a guy I just love watching, and 99 and so many other things. How is it to have him on board? Now, this is his second time hosting the award ceremony,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he was really great last time, and so we were like, we really want him back. I mean, he has tons of energy. Even if you see him in the show, he has a lot of energy. He's got a lot of pep, and he stands for the exact same causes we stand for. As we were talking about a little bit before, and you guys are all about this. He stands against pornography, and he's been doing it for years before even this movement in Hollywood to say the Me Too thing, which he's also a part of. He has been standing for anti-pornography, which is awesome. So we love the fact that he's along the lines of our faith and values.
Absolutely.
So we're excited to have him back. It'll be fun.
So tell me a little bit about the different categories for the awards. Can you provide the brief description of those?
We have the top family, and we have the top mature audience. We have an award for actors, which is called the Grace Award, and that's in television and in movies. And we have a top Epiphany movie, and so that the Epiphany is all about someone realizing, having an epiphany moment and realizing God's hand in their lives. And so we have movies for that. And so it's cool because any of these movies you guys can look up in our website and you can see them and rent them, and we can, so it's cool to have the movies that, it's just a clear list of great movies that are along with our faith. And they're actually big blockbuster movies. They've all done really well at the box office. And people love them and enjoy them, and the studios are making them. They're big, studio movies, not just Christian movies, but they have these underlying statements of faith in them about sacrifice or prayer. Even the movie Despicable Me 3, the little girl prays in it, and it's so cute. Yeah. And sometimes when you go to the theaters, you don't realize, what's happening, and especially children, they're getting these messages and they're not realizing it. So it's awesome to get these movies that actually share our worldview and are promoting the good.
Very good. So could you take one of those categories and break out some of the nominees?
Yeah,
just whatever category you would like.
Ones, because I love the family ones. I love all our movies that are up, but some of the great family ones are Boss Baby. It literally starts with in heaven where the babies are being born, and it's adorable. And
that is a funny scene.
Yeah, and Boss Baby's brother says, are you God? Are you Jesus? And the Boss Baby says, no, I'm not. He's in heaven or whatever. But so it's incredible what these movies actually, the content that they have in there, and you just really look for it. It shows up. And so I'll go through them. So Cars 3 was a great movie. That was obviously a follow-up of the other Cars. The main character is feeling like he's going to be retired, and all the new sports cars are coming in, and he's sad about it. But it shows a great, great example of mentorship and giving to others and loving others. Really, The Case for Christ. I think this is one of my personal favorites. In of all faith movies made, I thought it was a great testament for Christ. And Lee Strobel, many people have read the book. Lee Strobel's, he's a journalist and he's an atheist and doesn't believe in God, and his wife becomes a Christian, and so he's questioning why she would, and so he tries to figure out. Actually, he's trying to fight against it, and instead he comes to Christ, which is incredible.
It was,
it's a very well-made movie.
Like
I said before, Despicable Me 3, the Emoji Movie, Ferdinand, the Lego Batman movie. Those movies are so funny. And Batman, it's a cute movie because Batman has to realize that it's not all about himself. He needs to, open up, and he adopts Robin into his life. And before, he's kind of a jerk, and then he has an arch that he turns into, a good guy after the fact. The Man Who Invented Christmas, The Smurfs, The Lost Village, and The Star. The Star is definitely one I want to recommend for the Covenant Eyes audience because it's a great movie about a donkey following the star to find the birth of Jesus. So it's a very adorable movie. It's well done. The whole entire family will love it. So just check out our other movies on the website MovieGuide.org and / nominations and see what's there, because there's some great movies for adult audiences that I love and we recommend for MovieGuide. But definitely the family films, those are safe for the entire family to watch together.
Now we're going to put that link on our in the comments, so be sure to click on that, and then you can see all the different nominees for those different awards. So click that link, and you'll get to see all the different nominees for these awards. You mentioned one thing that I'd like you to expand on a little bit more. Explain. You said best movie for mature audiences. What does that mean? Well,
we just, we want to be what you guys are to your people. We want to be to our audiences. Is that we want to be, have caution for things, and we want to make sure that the younger kids aren't seeing stuff that they shouldn't see or whatever. And these movies all have great, they have great overall worldviews. They have Christian worldviews. They have great, underlying messages. But they're a little bit older audiences, so we would say for most of these, teenagers and above. But you'll have to check out each and every review if you're interested in one specific movie. Check out the review before you watch it, so you make sure that it's appropriate for your age level of child or whatever.
Right.
So some of those movies are All Saints is a great movie. That is a good one for the entire family. He's a pastor. The church, he was actually assigned to the church when it was going under. He was going to, finalize the process of it going under, and then some refugees come in and they make a farm outside their church land, and it does really well, and the church is just thriving afterwards because they've got this refugee community coming in, and it's a beautiful story of melding those things together and taking people in and caring for people. And another movie I loved and we really recommend is Wonder. That one is a great one for teenagers and above. It is about a little boy who is born kind of with an abnormal face, and he's got a disease that he was born with. And it's just him going through his middle school year and kind of relating to people and people accepting, loving him, and him really loving the other kids, and him being like a testament to Jesus. And actually, his mother, who's played by Julia Roberts, when he's going to school for the first day, she literally says a prayer saying, Jesus, please take care of my child and help the others love him as much as I do. So it's really sweet. It's a great movie.
That's one I haven't seen yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing that. Your dad, Ted, was talking to us, and he recently said that there were probably 300 top movers and shakers in Hollywood that you need to reach. What message are you hoping to send to them?
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting when you think about it, because you think in your mind, or you think if you're outside of the entertainment industry, you think, oh, it's such a huge space, right?
Yeah, right.
All these movies are different things, but actually, there's only, like you said, there's only a few players in the field. There's only 6 major studios, and now Fox is owned by Disney. So it's becoming even less, and it's so the people there are really influencers. So what we try to do is we try to meet with them. We talk to them. We met with one huge producer director, Jerry Bruckheimer. He did all the Pirates of the Caribbean, and we give them those stats that I was talking about before that say movies with more faith do better at the box office. And then we also, you mentioned my dad. He's the one that started MovieGuide, and he has a strong, powerful testament to Jesus. He was not a Christian, and his parents were actually in the industry. So ever since he was little, he was around Hollywood and Broadway, and he was going off, the deep end. I won't go into details. And then God, someone said, you got to read the Bible. And he said, well, he fought it for a little bit, then he finally read it and he was struck, he believed, and an epiphany moment like we were talking about before. And so his whole thing was, I want to redeem the industry, and I want to tell people about my testament so that, hopefully they'll come to Christ. And so, and through prayer and through telling people and meeting with the people and the decision makers, we're hoping to influence Hollywood, which we've been pretty successful throughout the years. And because we really believe, like Covenant Eyes, the messages that are made here go out into the world. You can go anywhere. I've traveled to Africa and China, and those places, they know, even Hollywood movies, and they're seeing these movies, and we want to encourage them to watch movies that are, a moral worldview. We want kids to be watching those type of things instead of the other thing, because it can really influence a child in the wrong direction. So these are the messages. Children spend way more hours. I think it's 86,000 hours with the media by the time they're 18. So that is their main concentration, actually. And, even if you go to a restaurant, sometimes you see a child on like an iPad or an iPhone watching a TV, a little video or something. And it's kind of sad, but like, we're trying to tell them that they need to teach their children how to discern the messages in the movie and choose the right instead of the bad.
What a great impact to have, not only in the United States, but all over the world, like you're talking about, because people, they're seeing these, like you said, they're seeing these films all around the world. Yeah. And they actually interpret a lot of this, interestingly enough, that this is what Americans are like and things of that nature, which is its own issue. But thank you for your work. Thank you for bringing so much into a culture that we feel like sometimes we have no input into and no control over. And so depending on organizations like yours and your work personally, you're making real change. And I just want to say thank you for that. Now, how can someone who's watching this participate? How can they help?
Yeah, so we are a nonprofit because our whole goal is getting out the message. And so you can donate, or if you're interested in the MovieGuide Awards, it's coming up really soon, but we have a link that you can kind of apply to attend. And so that's the ways that you guys know. And every single donation is definitely a blessing to us. We're a small team, but we're working hard and we're trying to change the world for the better, like you guys are. We're doing that, fighting the fight.
So we're going to put that link in the comments as well. Go there. I do encourage you to provide a donation to MovieGuide, because the difference you're seeing in theaters today is a direct result of their work, and we're very grateful for that. And is there a film that you just personally would like, this is one of those films this year that I've just been really excited about and been telling all my friends about personally, to say, hey, take the family to go see this?
Well, I mentioned, I'll actually boil it down to the two, but I did already mention them, but I loved Wonder. Check it out. It didn't, that one actually didn't make as much as the other one, so it wasn't as known, but I want you guys to check it out because it's a beautiful film. And the other one is Case for Christ. I just thought it was incredibly well made, and that's a great one if you guys have someone that you want to take to the theater, or you got to rent it, but if you want to show someone who isn't a Christian, because it's just so clearly laid out all the arguments against Christianity and Jesus, and then it's like, no, all the arguments for Christianity and all the biblical and historical evidence. And it's just amazing how it is portrayed, and it's a clear show that Jesus was real and is our Savior. So check out those movies, and those are my personal, but we have, all of the movies are amazing movies. So just check out our list, and we give out a award for number 1 and number 2, and I can't tell you what that is because we have a bunch of judges and stuff, but, so I can't say. But so just check out our list because it's a great list.
Now that list will be published after the gala.
Yeah.
When will that information be up on your site too?
For the exact winners, that'll be up probably the day after.
All right, very good.
We have a lot of press coming to the event, so you'll probably see it on Fox or something like that, and it'll be up right away.
Excellent. Evie, thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to hearing the winners, and excited for this opportunity to talk with you, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.